Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind. So I hope all of you are doing well, and I hope I am properly audible and visual to all of you. I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Yes. Happy Makar Sankranti to all of you. Happy Lohri also to all of you. So I hope all of you are doing well. So kite festival has also started. How many of you are experts in kite? How many of you are expert in flying the kites? Any experience with that? Yes, please ask your question, Chandresh. Please ask your question. No expert. Any experience with to anyone with that kite flying? Good evening, Sujit Vishkarma. Good evening. Yes, Chandresh, please ask your question. So tomorrow class time को 10 बजे कर दीजिए. क्यों, कल क्या है ऐसा? Which class timing? Morning class or evening class? Kite नहीं उड़ाने आता. Evening. Okay, so I welcome you all to the session, and in today's session, the topics which we are going to discuss about, the first topic which we are going to see about is PSLV C62. This is related to prelims science and tech, and we have already discussed this article, but we are going to examine some new issues with this respect to this PSLV. Okay. Then second part which we can discuss is about India Germany. So there was the visit from the German minister from the from Germany to India, and now we are going to discuss about this India Germany pact also. The third thing which we are going to do about is a case study from one such district of one such village of Rajasthan. So we are going to see that case study, and this is going to be a crucial one for your exam. For agriculture part, this is going to be a crucial one. So it is related to agriculture. This is something which is related to agriculture. It is part of your GS paper 3. And then we have this Pax Silica. This is a global initiative related to GS paper 2, international relations. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss in today's session. Prelims bonanza question nahi de rahe. हाँ, just for a few days I'm not able to add up, but I think from tomorrow onwards I will get the time. Due to some other things, I was somewhat busy in this week, but from tomorrow onwards, I think that part is finished. So from tomorrow, I will get some more time. So then I will be able to add it. Sir, is it important to do Parivartan class current affairs if I am already your Adhyan class? I think that will be sufficient for you, Prince. It is more than sufficient. सर इस मकर संक्रांति को 14 जून को ही मनाते हैं, जबकि सन का जो नॉर्थवर्ड मूवमेंट है 22 दिसंबर को ही स्टार्ट हो जाता है. I have no such idea about this Makar Sankranti, that why this is celebrated. I am sorry, I have no such idea about this, that why Makar Sankranti is celebrated on 14th. I am always more interested in getting the food items which I get on festivals. So I have this one thing, like whenever the festivals come, any festival, anything, I'm interested in only one thing, that what do I get to eat? So for me, the festivals are something in which I get to eat something. So if you ask me that why it is celebrated, when it is celebrated, I will say to celebrate it daily. If you can like give something good to eat, we can celebrate it on daily basis. So that's why I have no such idea about why it is celebrated on 14th only. Okay. So if you have any festival in mind, tell me. If there is something to eat, then I am up for it. If there is fasting in some festival, then I am not up for that. If there is any fasting involved, then I am not up for that. If there is something to eat, then I am always ready. Okay. So let's start today's session, PSLV C62. Same here, Deepak. Yes. So for me, it is this part. Okay. Like there is always a debate that it is on 14th or 15th. So I always prefer to say this, I will be ready to celebrate it on both the days. Like if you give me something good to eat, I am okay with that. I am okay with that celebrating on both days. So now I start with this PSLV. Now if we talk about this, we have already discussed that it is the 64th mission of PSLV. Now last year in May 2025, there was another failure of PSLV. There was another failure of PSLV. Prior to that, the failure was there in 2017 when there was failure of PSLV. And then in 2026 also, we see that there is failure of the PSLV. So PSLV is one such engine which has been largely successful. But in the recent times, we have seen some of the एक या दो दिन तक fast रखिए. Generally, I don't eat anything at night. So normally you will find that I have a almost period of 8 to 10 hours of fasting per day. If you see it in that terms, like suppose if I have my dinner by 10 o'clock and maybe next day I'm having my breakfast at suppose 8 o'clock. So then also you will find that it is a 10-hour fasting. If people are having fasting during daytime also, then they are generally going for fasting of 8 to 10 hours. So I also have this fasting for 8 to 10 hours per day in the night time when I am asleep. Now see here, when we talk about May 2025, it was failure of this PSLV last year also. Then you will find that in 2017, failure of PSLV, 2026 also failure of PSLV. Now there is this one part that why there is a failure, why we are having this failure of PSLV, why there is this failure of PSLV, what factors are responsible for this? Okay. What factors are responsible for this? Now look at this. There was a failure in May 2025. In May 2025, there was failure of PSLV. Failure of PSLV. And at that time, what we see that there was a investigation of it. There was investigation of this failure. But this report was kept internal. This was something which was kept internal. Means it was not made public. It was not made public that why this PSLV failed. Why there was a failure of this PSLV. So here if we look at this, last time when there was a failure, there was no such report which was made public that why the PSLV has failed. Now again, we see that PSLV C64 has failed. No doubt this is one of the most successful launch vehicles. But in the last 2-3 years, the performance of many of the launch vehicles has not been up to the mark. Many of the launch vehicles have not been up to the mark. So this is one thing. Now, what is at stake? What is at stake? Look at this. What is at stake? Now, when we talk about this, PSLV, the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, this is something which is now being used as a commercial. It is being used as a commercial launch vehicle. This is something, there is a commercial application. There is this commercial application of PSLV. There is commercial application of PSLV. And if you are having a regular failure, so there is going to be a question on the credibility. There is going to be a question on the credibility. Okay. So there is this thing, this might lead to a question on credibility. This is something which might lead to question on its credibility. Now, up to like for a very long period of time, we see that PSLV was mainly being used by ISRO for launching its own satellites. But now it is no longer limited to just the launch vehicle of ISRO. It is being commercialized. It is something we can see that the HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, it has got the right to manufacture this vehicle. It has got the right to manufacture this vehicle. There is the commercial production of this vehicle also. And when there is a regular failure of these vehicles, then there is a question on the credibility of these vehicles. There will be a question on the success rate of ISRO also. So that is why this one such failure, we need to examine this. Okay. Like there has not been many failures. There has been quite some time, like September 20, 1993. This was the first mission where there was the failure. Then in August 31, 2017, there was the failure. May 18, 2025, there was failure. And this was the fourth time. When there was a failure of this PSLV. So in its 64 missions, there has been only 4 failures. But still, in the last 1 year, if there are 2 failures, if there is 2 failures within 7 to 8 months, then there is a question on its credibility. So this is one part. Okay. This is one part like where we see that like this is putting a question on credibility of the PSLV as a successful launch vehicle. So that is one part. Now, while we are seeing this, you might be aware that in India, right now, there are 3 institutions related to a space sector. There are 3 institutions related to a space sector. One is ISRO, one is NSIL, and one is Immerse. So can you tell me what is the role of these 3 organizations? There are 3 organizations related to a space sector in India right now. One is Department of Space also, but that is entirely different. But we have got 3 major organizations, NSIL, ISRO, and then we have this Immerse. So can you tell me what is the role of these organizations? These failures happen during our strategic launch, which are important for India as a strategic defense. There might be a cyber attack. We cannot say that. Like why it failed last time also, when there was failure of PSLV C61, the report was not made public. So until unless the report becomes public, we cannot say anything about it. That what led to the problem? We cannot say anything about that until unless it is made public. Now, this time it was carrying satellites from multiple countries. This was carrying satellites from multiple countries. So it is quite bad for business. It is quite bad for business. ISRO is the main body in except request to launch new satellite. Okay. When we talk about this is the authorization center. This is acting as authorization center for private sector. Private sector. This is for single window authorization. This is the single window authorization. So for all private space related endeavors, all private space related endeavors are going to be approved by this one organization, which is called as the InSpace. When we talk about the NSIL, NSIL is this one is commercializing. Okay. This one is the commercializing sector. This one is commercializing the space technology of India. The space technology of India. Now remember this one part. Remember this one part. NSIL is no longer just the arm of ISRO. Antrix. There was a corporation called as Antrix. So Antrix was earlier acting as the commercial arm of ISRO. So Antrix is different thing. NSIL, New Space India Limited, is not merely a commercial arm of ISRO. In fact, it is there for commercializing any such space related technology in India. It is for commercialization of any such space related activities in India. So this is one thing. So it is like taking the orders also from commercial sector. So this is not like just the arm of ISRO anymore. This is a separate entity now. This is a separate entity now. All of them have been given the powers under this new space policy of 2023. There is the new space policy of 2023. From there, they are all deriving power. And this is the research and development wing. Research and development wing of a space sector. So this is going to be like when we talk about ISRO, ISRO is going to act as the research and development wing of space sector. Although right now ISRO is also carrying out the operational work because no other private sectors are there in its place as of now. But in upcoming times, it may happen that this operational role will no longer be enjoyed by ISRO. This is something which is going to be done by the private sector. So in upcoming times, we might not have the same thing as ISRO is doing right now. ISRO will have a prime focus, and that will be the development of new thing or interplanetary missions. That will be the goal of this. Interplanetary missions. Interplanetary missions, research and development, advancement in a space sector, advancement in a space sector. That is going to be the role of this ISRO. So ISRO, NSIL and NSpace, their roles have been defined now. They are all acting as separate unit. DRDO is different. DRDO is Defense Research Development Organization. It is a different organization altogether. It has a different role. It is for defense purposes. ISRO is for space. It is for civilian purposes mostly. ISRO is mainly the civilian space agency. DRDO has a different ambit altogether. So for a space sector right now, we have 3 institutions. This is the part of a space sector in India. Under the new space policy of 2023, apart from this, we have the Department of Space, which is implementing the National Space Policy, which is the head of all of them. So now this is one part. Coming to the second article, India, Germany. India and Germany. I told you the kite festival. So there was inauguration of the kite festival in Ahmedabad. So Chandresh, why don't you know how to fly the kite? You are from Gujarat, so you should be aware about kite flying. In Ahmedabad, it is quite a festival. Chandresh, you should be aware about it. Okay, now let's start this. India, Germany. So India and Germany, they have signed pact. There was signing of altogether 19 agreements. Okay. You will find that there was signing of near about 19 agreements were there. 19 agreements were there, around 13 different pacts plus 6 MOUs. All of these things were there. Okay. Like, so this is one thing, like this visit was at 25 years of India, Germany. This marks 25 years of India, Germany strategic partnership. There has been 25 years of India, Germany strategic partnership. At the same time, it is also about 75 years of diplomatic ties. 75 years of diplomatic ties. So this is one thing. Now, in the current geopolitics, then when you are coming for teaching science and tech in Prayagraj, very soon, I think next week I would be there. Okay. Next week in Prayagraj. So here, where is this one thing? We have got 19 agreements with India and Germany. There has been 75 years of diplomatic ties also between India and Germany. So it is not that you have to remember all the parts, just a few of them. First, if you look at this, a defense industrial cooperation roadmap, it has been signed in collaboration in co-development and co-production of defense equipment. This is quite important part. There is going to be collaboration in co-development and co-production of defense equipment. Now, just see this one thing. If you look at this meeting, this is quite an important one in context of the present geopolitics. In context of present geopolitics, see at this European Union. European Union have some key members including Germany, we have got France, we have got Italy. They are some of the key members. They are some of the key members of this European Union. And when this geopolitics, if we look at this geopolitics, you will find that in this era, this pact, this agreement between India and Germany is quite a significant one. If you look at this, India is about to finalize $8 billion contract with Germany to acquire and build 6 advanced conventional submarines. Okay. So India is going to get this project of building around 6 advanced conventional submarines. Okay. So this is one of the part that we are seeing. There is also going to be this one part, see. Now, from here, you can get this idea that India and European Union trade, India and European Union trade deal, this is also around the corner. India-European Union trade deal is also around the corner. And see, with the finalization of this deal, there is going to be an intense pressure on United States. This finalization of this India-European deal is going to be a great pressure on United States also. And we will see how this is pressurizing US also. We will just come to that part. Just wait. Okay. So there is going to be this free trade agreement also So German Chancellor, he has said that India and European Union should come to a trade agreement by late January or early Feb. So you can see that in the next 1 month, we might be able to conclude the free trade agreement with European Union. So this statement itself is going to create a buzzword in the entire geopolitics, that India and European Union are about to have this trade deal now. We are about to have this trade deal. Okay. Now here, at the same time, Germany has said that 1.24 billion euro, that is going to be like invested in India in this green and sustainable development partnership to support renewable energy, green hydrogen, ammonia, electric bus and climate resilient infrastructure. So United States may say that climate change is a hoax, there is nothing like climate change, but then India and Germany has made a partnership. Germany is going to invest around 1.24 billion euros in India for this green partnership. Okay. There is also agreement on visa-free airport transit for Indian passport holders. Okay. So this is going to be easier travel for students, professionals and business travelers. Okay. At the same time, a national center for excellence for skilling in renewable energy was also agreed, and there is an agreement on track 1.5 foreign policy. Okay. So can you tell me what is track 1.5? What is track 1.5 diplomacy? Anyone? Can you tell me about this? What is this track 1.5 diplomacy? What is track 1.5 diplomacy? That's a good question. No idea. Is Germany a reliable democratic partner? We will come to that. See, in the geopolitics, there is no one reliable. There is no reliable partner in geopolitics. It is only about the meeting of interests. It is all about the interest, the national interest, the geopolitics which matters. There is no reliable partner in this geopolitics. When we talk about track 1, it is government based. When we talk about track 2, it is experts based. Expert based means there can be business experts, scientific experts, technical experts, strategic partners. So it is non-officials. They are non-officials. So they are basically non-officials, but they are experts and they have a significant hold. They have a significant command. Okay. So when we talk about 1.5, it is a mixture of track 1 plus track 2. It is a mixture of track 1 plus track 2, that is track 1.5 diplomacy. So track 1 is a diplomacy where government officials are there. Track 2 is there where experts are there. But track 1.5, where there is a mixture of track 1 and track 2, means officials plus experts. So here we have got officials plus experts. So all of them take part in that. So there is going to be a track 1.5 foreign policy and security dialogue. This is going to be launched between India and Germany. So this is also one of the recent initiatives which has been taken between India and Germany for improving the relation. Okay. For improving the relation. So that is one part which we can see here. First thing, what are the elements of this? You can see there is a development and collaboration in co-development and co-production of defense equipment. This is the major part of the deal which we can see here. Then at the same time, there is also a deal which is going to be finalized for the submarines. For the submarines, this is going to be one of the limelight. Then you will find that there is also a talk about this India-European Union trade deal. So there is a pressure, or you can say that there is a sign from Germany also that yes, we are going to conclude a free trade agreement with India with European Union. Then you will find that there is also investment in green energy, visa-free airport transit, means for airport travel only, there is going to be visa-free arrival. Okay. And then other partnerships are also there. So that is the part which we can see in case of this India and Germany pact as of now. If there is more and more things coming up, then Germany will become important. Otherwise, it will not be that much important that you have to read entire things. India and European Union. You can expect one question on this India and European Union in mains 2026. You can expect a question on India and European Union in mains 2026. It can come as part of economy or it can come as part of international relations. But you can expect one question. Now, so there is this one case study. Okay. So there is one village in case of Rajasthan. They have gone full organic. Okay. There is this one district in Rajasthan. So they have been declared as fully organic panchayat. So this is one part, like you will find that there is one area called as Bamanwas Kankar Panchayat. Bamanwas Kankar Panchayat. So this has become fully organic certificate for fully organic farming. Certified for fully organic farming. Now you may ask this, that why this is a case study? Why this is a case study? You may have seen that in many of the states, there are multiple government schemes which are going on for promotion of this organic farming. And despite the existence of so many schemes, the adoption of organic farming has been quite on the lower side. So how did a panchayat in this part of Rajasthan has managed to get this organic certificate? Was there any government scheme for it? The answer is no. How did this happen? How did this happen? This is something which is a community-led initiative. This is a community-led initiative. So it is not part of a government intervention. This is not something which has resulted due to the intervention from the government or due to any scheme of the government. It is something which has been possible due to the community. The community has urged each other, the community has motivated each other to go for a full organic farming. Now the question is why? Why they have gone for this? Why they have gone for this organic farming? Like, what was the reason behind this? Why they have gone for this organic farming? Why they have gone for this organic farming? They have gone for this organic farming due to degradation of agriculture. Degradation of agriculture or conventional agriculture. Means reduction in soil fertility, water pollution, food contamination, and finally reducing yield. So due to all these factors, these farmers have decided that we need to move towards our organic farming model. We need to move towards our organic farming model. Now the question is, if these farmers have been able to do it, so why we are not able to replicate it throughout India? Now the question here is, why we are not able to replicate it throughout India? Like, this is one thing we see that in case of this Bamanbas Kankar Panchayat, people have shifted from this chemical farming to this part of like organic farming. So why or how this was possible? It cannot be done just by the farmers. There is a need to talk to the farmers, to showcase them the impact of traditional farming. So here you will look at this, like how we can replicate this. Conventional agriculture means the agriculture which is carried out with the help of pesticides, fertilizer, etc. Now here we have this one thing. How we can replicate this? Throughout India? Can you give me answer for this? How we can replicate this throughout India? Like in one of the panchayats, we have seen this, but how we can replicate this throughout India? In other panchayats, in other areas, how we can make sure that people are going for adoption of this organic farming? So can you suggest me some options? How we can make sure that people are ready to adopt it? Cluster based approach. Okay, but why will the farmers go for it? There are certain challenges with respect to organic farming. One of the thing is lack of know-how. Means, first of all, the farmers are not aware about this. Second thing is lack of organic fertilizers. And third part is loss of yield during initial years. There is a lack of know-how, there is a lack of organic fertilizer, and there is loss of yield also during the initial years. There are other challenges, marketing challenges and all, which we see. But before that also, we see that there are three primary challenges. First, farmers are not aware about this, that how they can carry out the organic farming. Organic farming is not like you don't have to use any fertilizer. You have to use the fertilizer, but you have to use the organic one. So in what quantity, in what ratio they have to use? What type of seeds they have to use? What type of pesticides or what type of organic pesticides they can be using? So there is a lack of know-how. Second part which we see that there is a lack of organic fertilizer in the nearby areas of farmers. And the third part here is also about the loss of yield in the initial years. So in this case, how we can do? How we can make sure that the people are going for organic farming? There are certain challenges. There are certain challenges like this: lack of know-how, lack of organic fertilizer, loss of yield. So why would the farmers go for it? How would they will go for this? How they will go for this? So here we need an approach. We need an approach. First thing is the awareness about organic farming. How this can be done? Just to give you a suggestion, nowadays you may have seen that we have got so many of the agricultural universities in India. Why the panchayats in India are not hiring the agricultural graduates? The panchayats in India can also use agricultural graduates from these universities who can be helping the people to go for organic farming. So we have got a job for the agricultural graduates. Okay. So where can be hiring of agricultural graduates? Hiring of agricultural graduates. There can be a hiring of agricultural graduates. Think about this, how many jobs we have. We have got so many panchayats in India. We have got so many panchayats in India. In every panchayat, if we are having two or three agricultural graduates being hired for the purpose of educating farmers of India about agriculture, you can imagine the huge amount of jobs which will be created, plus the benefit which farmers can get with the help of those agricultural graduates. So on one hand, there is going to be employment of the agricultural graduates. On the other hand, there will be a persuasion of the scientific agricultural techniques. Okay. So this is one thing. This is one thing, that there should be a awareness about organic farming, hiring of the agricultural graduates. Hiring of the agricultural graduates. So this is one part which can be done. Second thing, the availability of organic fertilizers through local shops. So organic fertilizers, that is one thing which is required. Organic fertilizer is something which is required. We can go for e-commerce, we can go for so many panchayat offices in India. They can be selling the organic fertilizers throughout the country. So on one hand, there will be promotion. There will be promotion of this organic fertilizers through the local shops also. Now at the same time, hand holding support for organic farming. Like, let me give you an example. Government is having Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. The government is having Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. So in Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, we have a provision. Just one second. So we are having this Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. So government can make a provision that if the farmers are going for organic farming, they will get 2,000 rupees extra. Just make this one provision. If the government says that if farmers are going for organic farming, if the farmers are going for organic farming, we are going to provide 2000 rupees extra in PM Kisan account. Like people are getting three payments. Okay, three payments. But then if they are given this one thing that you will be getting four payments, if you will be getting four such payments, then you will find that many people will be ready for them. Diamond vacancy. No. अच्छा, विलेज में जब तक व्हाइट दादी नहीं तब तक बात को सीरियस नहीं लेता. Now, just let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. That I am a village person. Okay, I am a village person. I have been in village, and I have met many persons there. Like I have met many persons, like old people, mostly old people. And in my opinion, if you talk to them in a good manner, they would be ready to at least experiment. If you look at the farmers, they would be ready to listen to you. If you give them some suggestions, it's not that they are going to totally ignore you at all. On the face of it, if you try to show them that you know it all, they are not knowing anything, then they will ignore you. But first, if you listen to them, and then if you give them some advice, then remember one thing, they will at least consider it. Okay. So this is one thing which you should be aware about. That if you are in village, and if you listen to them first, and if you give them suggestion, then they will listen to you and they will consider it once. Whether they actually go for its replication or not, that is an entirely different thing, but they will at least listen to you. And this is something which I can tell you from my personal experience. Sir, आप UPSC teacher है इसलिए नहीं. I am telling you about the time, not of the present time. I am telling you something. I have not been in village in the last 10-12 years. I have not been in the village in the last 10 to 12 years. I am telling you about this prior to that. I have also done agriculture. I know. I have seen people listening to others. I have seen people listening to those people who come to village areas and they tell how you can improve your water use efficiency, how you can add certain thing so that water can be spread in large areas. So I have seen people talking about agriculture. सर मैं ऐसा ही करता हूं, पर वो स्माइल देके इग्नोर कर देते हैं. देखो, एटलीस्ट दे आर नॉट अब्यूजिंग यू. If you say the same thing to someone in urban areas, they might start abusing you. So there is one good thing about the village people. They might ignore you, but they will not say it to your face. And at the same time, they will ask for you. Will you eat something? Will you have something? Will you have some tea? Or will you have some lassi or something? So that is one thing about village. If you go to any such place, they will at least ask you for some tea or some food items or anything which they have. Nitrogen vacancy in diamond. Let me check about it and then I will let you know. चलो कोई बात नहीं. Next time, listen to them and then talk to them. Now, one more article which we have here. Okay. There is one thing called as Pax Silica. So this is quite an interesting story. Pax Silica. In December 2025, there was announcement of an initiative by United States. There was an announcement of this initiative. This is a US-led multilateral arrangement involving 8 countries to cooperate on semiconductors, critical minerals, artificial intelligence, high technology supply chains. So in December 2025, there was this agreement. There was an agreement between 8 countries, among 8 countries of the world. and India was not invited. India was not invited to be a part of this. So it was said that this is marking that India and US relations are not quite good. India and US relations are at its worst phase. US is announcing a multinational initiative and India is being not invited. So that is one of the challenge. You can see there is going to be a cooperation on semiconductor, critical minerals, artificial intelligence and high technology supply chains. And this is something to reduce dependence on China dominated supply chains. So this was an initiative against this dominance of China and India was not invited. So what did India do? What did India do? India did one thing. India invited China. India has invited China for what? For AI summit, for artificial intelligence summit. India has invited China for AI summit. And soon after that, you will find that the US, US embassy and everything, okay, they have come, US ambassador has come, okay, and he has said this one thing that initially the members are Japan, Australia, Israel, UAE, South Korea, Singapore, UK and Netherlands plus United States. So initially India was not invited, but they are saying now that yes, India will also be a key partner of this Pax Silica. In upcoming few days, you might also see that India and US might also start negotiating about the trade deal. So it's not always that you have to lean for the others, you have to bow in front of others. India had just shifted its course a little bit. India just invited China for AI summit, and then US has said that they are going to also ask India to become part of Pax Silica. Okay. So this is going to be a group, a multilateral initiative which is focusing on AI, semiconductors and all. Initially India was not invited, but now you might see that India will also become part of it. So this is one thing which we can see, Pax Silica, a new initiative of US. Yes. Chalo. So that will be all for today. I know when we talk about village and when we talk about the folks around us, when we talk about the people around us, the relatives, the people in the village, it's quite a sentimental issue. I can understand all your sentiments. Believe me, for a very long period of time, it means up to 2025 also. Up to 2025 also, many of the people around me also believe that I am doing nothing. Okay. So don't worry about it. Let the people around you think anything about it. So don't worry about it. There are many people around me also who used to believe till 2025 that I am doing nothing. So you are in the aspirant phase. So you have to go through all these things. I think, sir, US another means to control the supply and manufacture of GPU for AI and also. The US is trying to get a alternate supply route. Till now they are also dependent on China. Kal class hogi. Yes, Sanjali, tomorrow we will have that class. Tomorrow we will have the class. If the camera is in support of us. If camera remains in support of us, tomorrow we will definitely have the class. This week, all the days, we will have the class. Deepak, with practice, with regular study, you will get this. So thank you everyone. Take care and all the best. Let's meet tomorrow and then we will discuss more things. Thank you. Take care. All the best. Happy Makar Sankranti and let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.